On this episode of CityView, designing downtown, how the vision of our city center is being formed. Plain Truth, tips on how to make your holiday airport experience trouble-free. And 'tis the season, making light of a favorite holiday tradition. Thanks for tuning in or logging on. Glad you can join us. My name is Renee Tejas. The saying, if you want to talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk, could be appropriate for the Austin city manager and one area of town. Marcotte recently visited the Montopolis neighborhood to listen and learn about the concerns of the residents there. The city manager and other members of his team walked some portions of the region and also visited some sections by car, and Channel 6 was there at every step.
And I consider it an honor and a privilege to be here today. It's been a long time coming. I wanted to get a sense of what's working, what's not. Let's see what we can get done to move Montopolis in a positive direction. What are some of the major challenges over here? Good to see you again. Good. You? Doing well? Try to understand what, we can do.
Because you don't have that much space.
To help improve the quality of life. Vacant for years?
That's what I was saying. If the Betty thing, this would be one of those to redevelop.
These are sold through the Smart Housing Program to first-time low-income home buyers.
I think that we have to deal with those challenges up front, talk about them out loud, and be transparent. Insist on being transparent and having all kinds of public engagement and process to get to solutions.
We only have one elementary school here, no middle school, no high school.
Probably be some low-hanging fruit, some things that we can grab and deal with and resolve in the relative short term, but I certainly know that there are going to be those tougher issues. It's an honor to be here. You've honored me with your time and attention today, and I thank you for that.
This was the second neighborhood walk he and city staff have participated in since visiting the Dove Springs neighborhood last year. More neighborhood walks are planned for the future. And the future growth of what can be called the heart and hub of our city is what the Downtown Austin Plan is all about. Over the last decade, downtown has seen a remarkable transformation. However, now a detailed action plan for future growth is needed. Our Larry Schooler explains that the Downtown Austin Plan is ready for its final community review.
Downtown Austin. It has different meanings for different people. It's a destination for vibrant street life, new homes, good jobs, shopping, dining, and entertainment. It's everyone's neighborhood to enjoy. A strong and prosperous downtown is also critical to the health of Austin's economy, and focusing growth downtown helps our region's environmental sustainability, too. That's why the Downtown Austin Plan is so important. After 3 years of detailed work, the final draft of the plan is moving toward final City Council approval. The plan reflects the input of many hundreds of Austinites. It includes more than 100 recommendations for urban design, parks, family-friendly features, historic preservation, transit, affordability, helping the homeless, and more. It establishes clear priorities which will guide how and where the City of Austin will invest in downtown over the next 10 years. It defines leadership initiatives. It outlines a long to-do list of specific projects to achieve our shared vision. The plan describes a downtown that is dense and livable, connected and walkable, mobile and multimodal, authentically Austin, inclusive and diverse, culturally alive, economically vibrant. The plan calls for developing signature features like great downtown parks, a rail transit system, a fresh identity for 6th Street, and affordable and supportive housing. But moving the plan from vision to reality over the next decade will require participation and passion from the entire community. So we want everyone to understand the plan and how to get actively involved. You can learn more about the Downtown Austin Plan and opportunities for final public comment by visiting the city's website, or share your thoughts at speakupaustin.org. We hope you'll get out and explore what Downtown Austin has to offer and think about how you can be part of downtown's bright future.
And once the public and city-related boards and commissions give their input, the action-oriented document will head toward potential City Council adoption in 2011. Engaging Austin residents in the business of local government is the goal of the Citizens Academy called CityWorks. The second year of CityWorks Academy has recently been completed. Channel 6 attended all the class sessions this year to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what they learned.
had close to 300 citizens apply for 30 seats for this year's CityWorks Academy, which is the same level of enthusiasm as we received the first year. So I'm really thrilled that this year's Academy brought 28 residents that know just a little bit more about what the city does as far as its operations.
This is my 7th week at CityWorks Academy, and I just climbed down from about 3/4 up the way of a fire truck, a ladder truck, and it was, my heart's still racing. It was exhilarating and interesting, and I learned a lot about what the fire department has to go through.
You know, I'd like to thank our Austin residents for participating in this 11-week CityWorks Academy. They had great enthusiasm and great excitement, but I'd also like to thank the 30+ departments that really put their energy and efforts into providing an engaging opportunity for these Austin residents.
My final week of the CityWorks Academy. So far, I've learned so much information about how the City of Austin runs, and I would highly recommend this program to anyone who is interested in learning more about the resources that the City of Austin has to offer.
One of the end results of CityWorks is the creation of a network of well-informed residents who can spread their behind-the-scenes knowledge of the city with others. If you think you may be interested, look for the application process for the 2011 session to start this summer. And now it's time for the latest City Council update.
Sidewalks and ramps across the city are getting an upgrade. Council approved a contract for those improvements according to the Americans with Disabilities Act. Improvements will take place in several sections of the city, including Manor Road, Rosewood, Lamar Boulevard, Burnett Road, and Spicewood Springs Road. Also, Council approved funds to add a ramp that conforms to ADA guidelines at the Austin History Center, an important historic landmark building. Council voted to accept grant funds from the state to address transnational gang activity. The grant funding will allow police officers to work overtime to target these gangs, with members inside and outside the United States. Council also voted to accept a state grant to install sidewalks in East Austin, along Robert T. Martinez Jr. Drive, Northeast Drive, and Wellington Road. The new sidewalks will give the public a safe pedestrian route for Pierce Middle School and Metz and Blanton Elementary Schools. It's part of the Safe Routes to School program. Council also approved increasing the budget for the new Central Library project from $90 to $120 million. The project team believes that increasing the budget will allow for construction of an iconic landmark facility with exciting new features like state-of-the-art technology, community gathering spaces, and a cafe. Austin's new Central Library is expected to stand between 185 and 200,000 square feet, and it'll be located on West Cesar Chavez Street in the downtown Lower Shoal Creek redevelopment district. Council received a briefing on a workforce development program aimed at small businesses. The program is designed to connect individuals to jobs at small businesses and provide business education for individuals who are seeking self-employment. Job seekers would potentially complete paid internships and work with small business mentors. City staff will evaluate the results of a pilot program to determine how to proceed. And Council voted to install a historical marker at the Victory Grill on East 11th Street. The recorded Texas Historic Landmark designation will acknowledge the significant historical value that Victory Grill contributes to the surrounding neighborhood, both aesthetically and socially. In all, Council considered 78 items at its December 9th meeting. Its next regularly scheduled meeting is December 16th. For CityView, I'm Larry Schooler.
Any plans for New Year's Eve yet? Well, how about attending any Austin's New Year, that's ANY, at Auditorium Shores on December 31st. ANY is just one program of more than 50 family-friendly holiday events the City of Austin and its community partners are hosting throughout December. ANY will include music and fireworks with a theme, anyone, any dream, anything's possible. It will take place from 5 to 10:30 p.m. and will include food vendors, live music, film, art, and the ever-popular fireworks finale kickoff at 10:15 p.m. Other new events this year include Flipped on Christmas, a sound and light experience, and movies in the park. Visit the Austin Holiday Events website, austintexas.gov/holidays, for a complete list of events. And while we have many events going on here in Austin over the holiday season, many of us will also be traveling to visit loved ones during the holidays. If you plan on flying, Jim Halbrook with Austin's Bergstrom International Airport has some important tips.
Well, with the holidays coming up, you have people, coming through that may not be as familiar with the travel process as our regular, business travelers are. If your flight departs before 8 a.m., we advise you to be in this terminal 2 hours before your scheduled departure time. At our rush period, 4:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., the lines are up to an hour long just to get through security. So if you have a flight that departs before 8 a.m., you're advised to be in the terminal 2 hours before your departure time. Holiday travelers should also be aware of how security affects them as a holiday traveler beyond the usual security rules that they may think of, like gifts, for example. Don't wrap your gifts before you come to the airport. If it goes through security and it sets off an alarm, they will have to unwrap your gift to resolve the alarm. So don't wrap your gifts before you bring them. Also, chilly weather in the holidays, you may be wearing coats and hats. You need to remember to take those coats and hats off and put them on the conveyor belt to be x-rayed. Travelers are always advised, and you hear PA announcements about it, to stay with their luggage. This is a security rule. If you don't stay with your luggage, your bag may be considered a suspect bag, and at that point in time may be investigated. So if you're walking around and you suddenly don't have your bag, hopefully you'll hear a PA announcement advising you where your bag has been found. Parking closest to your gate is parking on the airport itself. The airport website and the airport parking number 530-3300 will give you real-time updates as to which lots are full and which ones are still open. There'll be flaggers in the parking lot who will flag you to your nearest space with a shuttle waiting nearby to zip you to the terminal.
Our airport is a busy place, so do plan ahead. Austin Bergstrom has nonstop service to 38 destinations in the U.S. and served 8.2 million passengers in 2009. The 2010 Childhood Obesity Forum recently brought together experts, city commission and board members, and community leaders to ask the question, what can the city do to improve children's health in Austin? The group looked for answers and discussed some of the contributing factors to the problem.
We've gathered a really terrific group of folks. I think 150 to 200 people showed up to have a forum about childhood obesity and to focus on what we as a city government and municipal government can do to change the landscape of childhood obesity. We had some great speakers talk about the current situation. You know, childhood obesity is an epidemic. The most stunning, I think, nutshell statement that really grabs people and helps people understand how significant it is, how significant an issue it is the fact that children that are born today, with all the childhood obesity rates that we have, their life expectancy is shorter than their parents.
The national movement that the First Lady is spearheading, called Let's Move, and Austin in 2011 is anticipated to be a Let's Move city, which means that it is taking on a municipal effort to reverse and tackle the problem of childhood obesity.
Well, one of the things that we really see as successful is getting the entire family involved in the process. And so we offer classes to the children at their level, speaking in their language, and then also speaking to the parents in their language, and then bring the two together so that they can work on a project together, cooking together and learning about healthy foods and healthy eating options in their community.
The Faces of Austin multimedia program is seeking submissions of short films for the 2011 program. Films should highlight a unique aspect of Austin, like an event, the people, or its culture. Selected films will be on display at City Hall and on the city's YouTube page. For more information or to see previous selections, search for Faces of Austin at austintexas.gov. The deadline is January 28th. And from short films that highlight Austin to the highlight of the City of Austin's holiday season, let's take a look at this year's annual Zilker tree lighting.
We just got here and it's a lot bigger than I remember it being.
This is our son's first time to ever come out here. We haven't been since he was born, but we used to come all the time when I was a kid, and me and my wife have been several times before. So we're out here for him. He's having a good time.
And finally, the Communications and Public Information Office here at City Hall would like to thank our interns this past semester, Rachel Wilcox, Theodora Setterbo, and Veronica Adamczyk, for their hard work on the media relations team this past semester. That's all for this edition of CityView. I'm your host, Renee Teist. Our next episode premieres Christmas Eve, Friday, December 24th. Thanks for watching.